Now that we're done with the Browns team-by-team analysis, we're on to the Ravens team-by-team analysis. So, the strengths we're going to start off with are the QB, running back, O-line, D-tackle, and linebacker. So what do you guys think about that?
For team strengths, their O-line isn't a weakness, but it's definitely not a strength.
They lost Kelechi.
Asmili, I forgot about that.
And what happened?
What about
to
running
But they still have
running back isn't really a strength, but it's also not a weakness.
Oh,
it's
and he was gonna.
They still have Rick Wagner. They still have
Marshall
Yanda.
Is that it?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so
that I know of at least.
Yeah, that was a great line. No one really, and they also had the guy.
That's why I feel like Justin Forsett still thrived.
They also had Michael Orr when he was good, but for the Ravens.
And I wouldn't really call him. Like, you were about to say running back? You could say that, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't call running back really a strength. I'd call it, just like a bat. Like, it's not... It can be upgraded very easily, but it could also, it could be much worse.
With Justin Forsett.
It could be worse. Because of his age.
Because
of his age, I feel like it's not a strength. Obviously, quarterback, I mean, you don't come around many Joe Flaccos. And linebacker is becoming a strength with C.J. Mosley.
Assuming Terrell Suggs stays healthy this year, that really is a big strength.
Yeah.
They have C.J. Mosley, Terrell Suggs, who else? Do they still have Elvis Dumervil?
No, they don't have Elvis Dumervil.
They don't?
Do they? They might.
They have Elvis Dumervil. Look up their depth chart.
They might have Elvis Dumervil.
Yeah. Who were you? Did you write defensive tackle?
Yeah, I wrote defensive tackle.
Why?
Because they lost they lost Haloti Ngata, and I'm pretty sure
that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But why'd you say that's a strength?
I think because of Terrence Cody, I'm pretty sure.
Terrence Cody? He's not really that nice.
But anyway, so we're going to move on to the weaknesses. There's a wide receiver position because behind Steve Smith, there wasn't really that much because of Rashad Perriman. And then the D end and the cornerback.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So their team needs their wide receiver D end and CB. They don't have that much cap room. It's like $7,388,925. Not that much to work with. Steve Smith. Alright, so we're gonna move on to receiver, free agent options, and draft options. Steve Smith is in his final year, and Kamar Aiken was their best wide receiver for them, which tells you something.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good fantasy option when Steve
he was,
Smith
especially
went
in
down.
a PPR league more than standard.
They do have Perriman coming back, and they.
I think watch out for him because in that type of offense, if he could pick up that Torrey Smith role but execute it better, and because of his size, he could do more with it. He could be pretty good for them.
I think so too, and
assuming his injury doesn't hinder him.
Yeah, and they also signed Mike Wallace, but do we really want Mike Wallace, Kamar Aiken, and Rashad Perriman as your top three?
They're trying to build it up as best they can, but I mean it's definitely not ideal. But I feel it's good for what they have.
I feel like the receiving core is not as bad as a lot of people say. Like Steve Smith was still good, even though he's getting up there in age.
Every year people doubt Steve Smith. And every year he outperforms at what everybody
I'm not
says.
doubting him. I'm saying he's getting old, so they need someone.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying from a fantasy perspective, all the projections for what he'll do on the season and things like that. Nobody thinks he'll do as well. Typically, a lot of people.
I was also going to say Kamar Aiken wasn't bad at all last year.
Yeah, he was good PPR.
And to think, Flacco was out. You know what I mean? Imagine Flacco and these guys. I mean, these guys aren't as bad as people say, but I do agree that they do.
They had so many injuries. They had their top three guys go down. Imagine.
They've been taking a lot of injuries.
So the mid-round options for them are Tyler Boyd, Michael Thomas. You're Michael Thomas.
I wouldn't say he's a mid-round prospect, but
second and third round, maybe second round and third round. It's not really mid-round, but Michael Thomas and Pharaoh Cooper. Pharaoh Cooper. He was from South Carolina. Not many people know about him. He's like an in-between. He's like a boomer bust guy. He's supposed to be really good. He's supposed to be the replacement for Julio Jones. He didn't really step up that much, but he still has some physical attributes that could make him a pretty good steal if he can just get his.
He's in the draft this year?
Yeah, Pharaoh
That's
Cooper.
what you were saying? Okay.
Yeah. So those are the three guys in my mind because I didn't put any first round options because I think that they can get this guy, and that's my free agent options and draft options for the end. DeForest Buckner or Joey Bosa are just great fits for them all around.
I agree with that.
If they fall,
they love having pass rush.
Definitely.
That's the Ravens' defense.
They need
them for Ray Lewis in the pass and having their Terrell Suggs pass rush and Ed Reed and just they care about linebacker and safety and your occasional defensive end. But or like defensive tackle, somewhere on the
Exactly.
defensive line, and that's the way they build their defense around that. And I mean, you could see sort of signs that they're trying to get it done. C.J. Mosley, now maybe in the draft they get a lineman, then maybe in the second round they come back and draft Carl Joseph or like any of those free safeties. Safeties.
Sorry.
From I think he's from West Virginia or.
I actually never heard of him.
Virginia.
I've heard of Jared. I've heard of. I haven't really. I know Keanu Neal and Von Bell. Those might be better.
I'll look him up. But
Yeah, West Virginia.
Yeah.
It is, right?
So they released Chris Canny, probably for cap issues, and yeah, I think DeForest Buckner would be a better fit because in my mock draft, which we're gonna do next week, I have Joey Bosa going ahead. So I think DeForest Buckner could be a great fit on that D line with those D tackles like Terrence Cody. And yeah, so I think that should definitely be their first overall pick. If Jalen Ramsey falls to them, which I'm saying it's definitely not going to happen, but if he does, he would also be a great fit at either cornerback or safety.
Which brings us to the next.
Yeah.
Sorry, one last thing for safeties. I just looked him up to like make sure that it was from West Virginia. And Mike Mayock actually has him as his number one like safety rated.
I actually never really heard of him.
Really? Well, there's not really a lot of good safeties.
Exactly, that's what I've been saying.
Besides, unless Ramsey does end up playing safety, but I think it's quarterback.
That's what I love about Jalen Ramsey. He has all the physical attributes. He has all the speed, the vert, the everything that he did in the combine, and then he can also play two different positions. It's just
very versatile player.
That makes him almost. People have him as like the best overall player in this draft.
Exactly.
I think Joey Bosa is the best, but we'll talk about that.
Argument of the week.
Yeah,
Did you say,
we already said that before.
No, I know.
Sure.
We're moving on to cornerback.
Yeah, cornerback.
Okay.
So that's my next one. Free agent option and draft options for cornerback. They had one of the worst pass defenses last year. Jimmy
Smith is a highlight for them.
But that's it. There's nobody else behind him. That's the problem. So the draft
and
is
I just
full
want to say
of.
one thing. One thing that's good about Jimmy Smith is he's not one of those players that's after the money. After this huge year, knowing he was like all their secondary, he took a pay cut along with Joe Flacco to really try to help rebuild the team. And I just wanted to say that because that's nice to have a player that is that kind of caliber.
Exactly. Him and Victor Cruz
plays like that.
Yeah, him and Victor Cruz are definitely one of those two guys. Like I said, there's Hall and Cromartie are free agent options, but I don't think they need anybody. I think they need young defensive talent. Like they just build that defense up like they did when they won the 2 Super Bowls in like in the 2000s. William Jackson and Mackenzie Alexander in the second round. I don't know if William Jackson anymore because he could be.
I don't think he's gonna fall.
He's moving up to the first round, but Mackenzie Alexander is definitely.
He's dropping.
Why is he dropping?
I don't know.
He was hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt.
I think he like broke his arm or something. I'll check that out.
But I didn't know. I love Mackenzie Alexander.
Yeah, I thought he was like one of my top 5 corners like easily, and then I saw him like dropping. I was like, what's going on?
He's big. For a corner, he's kind of big, and he just played amazing for Clemson. That defense was gonna have like 3 guys going in the first round. He could have been the third, but like Kevin Dodd and Shaq Lawson. But I just don't understand. I loved him during the season. He was a great player during the season. I don't know why he's dropping. Probably because of maybe character issues that we don't know of. It's possible people drop for.
Or did he do bad in the combine? Do you guys know?
He might have done bad in the combine, but I don't know if he'll drop that much because of like combine. And he had good stats, but it might just be his performance and his character. We don't know. It's happened before.
Can we just go back to Mackenzie Alexander real fast?
Yeah.
He did hurt his hamstring, but the funny thing is, you want to hear how unsure people are about this? I look him up. The first 2 news stories I see. The first one, could the Raiders snag him in the second round?
Yeah.
The second article said, Mackenzie Alexander could be a lockdown corner for the Giants at 10th overall. That's how unsure people are about this guy.
But that might be old, but yeah. See,
2 days ago.
2 days
I made sure.
That's
bold. That's bold.
Wow.
So yeah, that's basically it for the Ravens team by team analysis, and then the final segment of the podcast is going to be the Bengals.